Well, hello everyone. It's your girl, Dr. Nicole, the flame-haired scholar. And I just wanted to come on here on this glorious, fabulous Monday. I don't know where you are at right now. I'm in sunny California and it is sunny. I'm just glad that it's not as hot as it has been, but it is still sunny. But I want to come on today and talk about something that is near and dear to my heart. As I've been seeing and hearing more and more about it, the transition that we have from empty nesters versus free birds. How do you determine which one you are? And so I've been having this conversation with a lot of parents lately. I have been seeing information on TV. I just was watching a news clip this morning where they were talking about empty nesters. Now, we've heard the term empty nesters often. That's what I've always heard. When I am an undergraduate bachelor's in sociology, I started teaching at Chaffey Community College, and I taught a marriage and family relationship class. And we spoke about the transition, the 5 different cycles of life, and one was the empty nester syndrome. Now, empty nester, let me just talk a little bit more about that. Empty nester is not an actual clinical term. It's not in the DSM-4. It's not a diagnostic criteria. However, we do know that people will experience, parents, when their children move out of the house, they can experience some different types of symptoms. And what we call it is empty nester syndrome symptoms, right? Is because when the child moves away to go to college or they move out the home, you no longer have this child that's now an adult. And so you may start to find yourself feeling some negative symptoms as a parent. You could have symptoms of sadness, you may have symptoms of depression, you may isolate yourself, so you're no longer hanging out and doing the things you used to do with family or with friends. You may have a lack of motivation. You may have a lack of direction because now what do I do? All this time I spent with focusing on my kids, doing everything for my child. Now that my child no longer needs me and my child is out of the home, what do I do? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. I just had the privilege and the opportunity. We moved in our youngest son. So I am a mother of 3 adult children now. We moved our youngest son up north. He's in college. And so that's what we did this weekend. I didn't know how I was going to be. I did not, if you have all been following me and have been seeing my posts that I've done, I didn't know how this experience was going to be. I listened to other moms. They were like, it's okay. Just go ahead and cry. Have your tissue. You're going to be a hot mess. So I didn't know how I was going to be. I was prepared. I had my box of tissue, my Kleenex had a big old box, right? So I was prepared that when we left my baby, it was just going to affect me in such a negative way. Well, I was pleasantly surprised. It did not affect me the way that I thought it was going to affect me. Now, it's still brand new, right? So my emotions may change a week or two from now, but I can tell you right now, when I'm thinking about, am I an empty nester where, you're like the baby, the birds have left the nest, they've left the home, and now you're feeling like you don't know what to do. You have all this free time, but you don't want to do anything. You feel like you don't have direction. You don't know, what you want to do with your life or what direction, what area you want to go into because it's been so much focused and directed on your child. Or am I a free bird? Free birds are the ones where you now realize I'm not empty nesting. I now have extra space, right? Instead of looking at it as it's a reframe, instead of looking at it as the nest, my home being empty without my child, now I can look at it as, wow, okay, I have this extra time now that I can do things that I normally didn't get to do because my focus and attention was so much on my kids. Now I have this extra time. Maybe I can take up a hobby that I've always wanted to do. Maybe I can go more traveling or visiting family and friends and engaging in different activities and hobbies that I didn't get the opportunity to do because now I have more free time to be able to do that. Now I have more free space. Maybe I want to do something in my home that I didn't get to do. I got to tell you, when my son left, because now it's just my husband and my daughter here, I didn't feel, when I was changing my clothes, I had the door still open because I didn't have to worry about my son walking by and, oh my gosh, you can see his mom in her underwear. I felt very free. I will say that. When I changed into my workout outfit, I was like, okay, I changed. And I felt very free. So right now, I can tell you that I'm more on that free bird side where I am looking at the opportunities and the freedom that I get more of now with this different transition. So I'm not looking at it as a negative transition with our son transitioning to college and my life transitioning with having now adult children, I'm looking at it as opportunities that my husband and I get to do more of the things that we didn't get to do as much when we were busy parenting, right? And it's different when you are a single parent versus when you are a two-parent home, right? And so one of the things that I realized is I'm enjoying this time. When we dropped my son off, I didn't cry. I smiled the whole time, not because I was getting him out the house, right? Some of you are like, you were smiling. No, I smiled because I was so happy for him. I was so joyous just to watch him be excited. Now, this youngest son is the one that's more stoic, right? He does not show his emotions on the outside. You can't tell if he's really enjoying something. And I've told him time and time again, now, look, I need you to show some excitement because your mom is very active, right? Your mom is very animated. And that's what I get from my middle child. But my youngest son is like usually stoic. You can't tell, how things are going on with him. But he was smiling. He was just walking around and, showing us different things. We got to meet his roommates. That was amazing. And it really helped me as a parent to settle my own ease and calm me down. Well, I won't say I was nervous, but it did help calm down, was to meet his roommates. They were young men just like him. They actually came from the same area. About four of them. There's a room of 8 of them. 4 of them are from the Inland Empire, just like we are. So that was helpful just to meet them, to see that he had roommates that looked like him too. That made me even feel more, excited for that. And so I didn't have that experience of looking at it like, oh my goodness, look what I've lost. Look what's not here. Look, it's empty now in the home. I had more of the, wow, look what I'm gaining. I'm gaining a son that's now, going off. He is a young adult. He is going to start learning what to do, how to, be an adult. How does he do things in his own environment? I mean, we set him up and bought different types of, cleaning supplies and the things that you think he'll need. And he calls me, I'm like, oh man, I forgot that. And so I'm, this whole week has been, okay, let me just Amazon him certain things. And then my hands are off. Now it's okay. What you gonna do? You ran out of toilet paper. Mom already gave you a big old supply from Costco, right? We gave you all paper towels. And when you run out, what are you gonna do? So he's going to learn these different life goals and to be independent on his own. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited for this transition. And it's okay if you're not excited, moms. Everyone is different. Everyone is different. I thought I was going to be the blubbering mess. My husband thought I was going to be the blubbering mess. Guess what? My husband is the one that's having more of a difficult time with our son being gone. I knew it was going to be him. But he's the one having more of a difficult time. He's like, you guys are doing this well. I'm like, I actually am. Thank you. I was surprised myself. I was just super excited. So it just depends on how you view it. It's all about how we view things. And that in turn can cause the distress for us, right? If I'm viewing something in such a negative, pessimistic way, oh my God, doom and gloom, guess what? It's going to have an effect on me and a negative effect on me. First is if I'm reframing and looking at it like, look at this opportunity. Look at what can be different. Look at what steps can happen next. It's all about how you look at the transition. Now, if you find yourself saying, you know what, I'm just having a hard time, and that's okay. If you're having a hard time with your baby being gone, with your oldest being gone, however that is, because they're going to always be our babies, right? When we have kids, it's just having that self-awareness that, you know what, I'm just not doing so well right now. I'm having a hard time with this transition. I am an empty nester. I'm looking at it as my son, my daughter, they're not here. My home feels a little bit more empty. My home doesn't feel the same. And now I'm finding I'm having difficulty even just getting up and functioning. Pay attention to that. And that's the case, right? I want you to have that self-awareness, address it, and then you can get a support system. Reach out to your friends, your family members. We are not supposed to be by ourselves. We are not on an island alone. We need one another. So reach out to your support system. You can join some different types of groups of parents who have, that are empty nesters. They have this online, or parents who have adult children who are gone away, parents who are struggling, whatever the case may be. Reach out. Maybe you need to speak to a therapist. That's okay also to speak with someone because they can help you with this transition, right? So just depending on how it has affected you. And if you're one that's like, no, I'm not an empty nester, I'm a free bird, boop, 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 right? I'm a free bird. Then that's good if you're looking at that aspect too. It's not a negative thing. It's not, a positive thing. It's okay if that's how you're looking at it, because oftentimes you may feel like, wow, something wrong with me because I'm actually feeling okay with my son or my daughter being gone. Is there something wrong because I'm not crying or that I'm not feeling sad? Am I a bad parent because I'm actually feeling good that I get to do more activities for myself? I get to get up and go eat if I want to by myself. There's nothing wrong with that. That is natural and it's normal. It just depends. Empty nester versus free birds, right? Now I have my preference of how I look at it, but that's just how I prefer to look at it. And I prefer to look at the glass always as half full. That's just the personality that I have, the type of individual that I am. That's what I promote, right? Because I can always look at something and say, oh, wow, look at this right here. My peach teeth, right? Is, well, it's not quite half gone, but look at it. Look at how much I don't have in here. It's almost gone. Or I can say, oh, wow, look at how much I still have left in here. I still have a lot that I can drink, right? So it's all about how you view things. And oftentimes we have to give a reframe with how we're viewing things and look at it in a more neutral, positive perspective versus looking at it in the negative. Now, there are things that we do need to process, right? I'm not telling you that when you go through something that you're going to be like, oh, yeah, this is full, right? No, you are going, when as you go through things, you do need to process and you may need additional assistance, additional help to address those areas that are causing you some distress. That's okay. I just want you just to be aware of how things are affecting you. I want you to be aware of how you're feeling with your child being out of the home now. If it's a happy feeling, if it's a sad feeling, if it's a neutral feeling, what are you feeling? But I got to tell you right now, this mama's feeling good because he's still calling me. He's FaceTiming me. And I did tell him I wanted to see what his dorms, not his dorms, but what his campus looked like. Because whenever we've gone, it's been on the weekend and it was in the summer. So I couldn't see how many students were there just to see the active light, right? So I'm like, oh, I want you to see when you're in your longboard, just FaceTime so I can see, the campus, how it looks with the student body all on campus. And so I'm feeling good though. I gotta say, I am feeling good. I have more time. So I see myself as a free bird. I'm having more time. I felt like some crab the other night. Told my husband it was 8 something that night. And he, humored me, got up. We went to Star Crab and ate us a big old bag of crab and some other kind of seafood. So it's about how you allow things to affect you. It's about how you are managing your own emotions and whatever those are. I just want you to have some self-awareness. That's key. In order for us to address and deal with anything, we have to first have some self-awareness. So I just want to come on here on this mental wellness Monday. And I do this on Mondays. I'm going to start doing it more frequently because I just usually would do it on my podcast. But I've been getting requests from people to say, no, I need you to do more of your mental wellness Mondays that you used to do coming on being live. And so you asked for it. So here it is. So please make sure you send me some questions that you have. Go ahead and type them. I can see them as I am on here live. If you have any types of questions, I can go ahead and address those. Or if there's any type of topics or subjects all centered around mental health, mental wellness that you would like for me to speak about, go ahead and email me that. That's at Nicole. Well, what's my email? Nicole, Nicole, at arkadiewellness.com. So ARKADIE wellness.com. So you can go ahead and email me and I can address any of those items that you may have. And go ahead, if you're watching live, just go ahead and put something in the chat and I can see that before it actually ends. But it's all about you being able to address your needs. It's all about you being able to have that mental wellness. And that's what I do. That's what I speak about. That's what I research is, what do we say again? Mental wellness, maternal mental wellness, or practitioner mental wellness, right? So that's it, everyone. I'm going to go because guess what time it is? It's time for this mama to take a nap because guess what? I can do that, right? So I'm going to get off of here, take me a nap, wake up, feel refreshed because I have a training later on with my gym trainer. So here, physical wellness, right? You got to stay fit. We got to stay fit, physically fit. We always talk about mind, body, and spirit. Those three have to be in sync in order for you to have mental wellness. And mental wellness, what is that again? That is being able to take on and cope with the daily stressors of life without having a negative impact on your mental health. So that means on your functioning. So even though I'm going through things, I can still get up and go to work. I can still get up, take care of my family. I can still get up, go out with my friends and my family members. I can still get up and enjoy life. Even though I may be going through something challenging and something difficult, I'm still able to function. And the goal is to have mental wellness because that allows you to really enjoy life more fully, more happily, more successfully. Any of those leads you want to put in there is going to be something that's great. So I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, fantabulous week. It is the beginning of the week. I come in on Mondays because I want your rest of your week to be great and fantabulous. Can you see in the background? See my baby right there? See that? Can you see that? This is my baby right here. So that's the one. He ran, he a track, I ran track too. So he and his dad ran track. So we are a track family. My mom, my dad ran track, my siblings ran track. So you can see over there, he was a hurdler. Well, it's on this side. He was a hurdler and he did long jump and triple jump. I couldn't do that because I have short legs, even though I know short people can jump. But for me, it was all mental. I felt like I wasn't going to be able to make it inside the box. So that's why I never did the long jump and the high jump. I was strictly a sprinter, the 100, the 200, and the 4x1. That was it. I tried hurdles one time. These legs weren't long enough in my mind to do it. And if your mind don't know how to do something, your body sure ain't gonna follow. So you see how that works, even in athletics, in track, with how what we think impacts what we do in our actions, how we feel, right? And so my mind told me, girl, you can't jump over no hurdle. You only 5'2". You can't do that. No, I'm 5'2.5". You can't do that. So my mind said that's my body sure didn't follow, right? So, with that being said, just pay attention to the things that you say to yourself. Are you speaking life into yourself or are you speaking death? Are you speaking encouragement over yourself and your kids or are you speaking discouragement? So, that's very important to think about the words that we say. Words are very powerful. We know this. Words are very powerful and very impactful. So, I want you, if you're not doing it, to start doing it, to start using some positive words in your life, speaking positively over your life and over your children. That's going to go a long way with helping you be able to have mental wellness, helping you to be able to enjoy life more abundantly and more fully. And I am at the mindset, like I've said before, you've heard me say this before, since 2020, post COVID, I'm all about living. Life is for the living. So guess what? I am choosing to live, and I would hope that you choose to live more abundantly as well. So that's it, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful, fantabulous Mental Wellness Monday, a fantabulous week. If you say, you know what, Dr. Nicole, I need a little bit more, go ahead and follow me on different types of platforms at Dr. Arkadie. No, it's at Dr. Nicole Arkadie. Those are my handles. You can go onto my website, which is www.drnicolearkadie.com. If you're saying, you know what, I want a little bit more, maybe I'm not ready to talk to a therapist, but I just need a little bit more to help push me over this hump or to help me with, being in my professional role or my personal life because I'm having difficulties with communicating. I have an online wellness academy, aaonlineacademy.org. You can also go on my website, drnicolearkadie.com, where you can get the link and it can take you there as well. Because I'm all about wellness. I am all about mental wellness. Because if your mind ain't right, then nothing else will be. So that's it, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful, I'm going to say it again. You're going to say, how many times you going to say this? As many times as it sticks in your head. Have a fantabulous week, everyone. And why it is so very important for me to talk about and for you to know about mental wellness. Well, that's just simple because you matter too. So take care of you. Ta-ta for now, everyone. This is Dr. Nicole, the Flame Hair Scholar.